Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. In today's video I wanted to share with you how to select your wood when you're going to make a cutting board, so stick around. So I've been making cutting boards for quite some time. In fact, I've got one here, it's got some padauk in it with some spalted ash. I also have this other one, it's a breadboard and it's got a line of cherry in the middle of spalted ash as well. And I've also got some more that I've made that are in our kitchen. I've also given away some as gifts to family members. But through the process of making all these cutting boards, I've learned a lot about the woods that you want to use and the woods that you want to avoid. So to spare you a bunch of talking and explanation about these things, I'm just going to be straight up front with you and tell you the things you want to use and the things you don't want to use. Basically, when it comes down to it, you want to use hardwoods and avoid softwoods. But there are some hardwoods that you don't want to use. So for softwoods, you really want to totally avoid using any pine whatsoever. The pores are way too open and the grain itself is too far apart. If you go to put a knife to that, even without any finishing, you're going to cut it, you're going to scratch it. You also want to avoid cedar, basically for the same reason. The pores are too open on that wood and it will actually be a catch-all for bacteria, and that's something you really want to avoid. But with the softwoods, there are some hardwoods that you don't want to use. For an example, you don't want to use oak. Oak is very hard. It will be very durable to knife cuts, but it has extremely open pores. And that's once again another place for bacteria to just find its home and stay there, and then your board's going to go ugly and get pretty gross. And in that same vein, you also want to avoid poplar. Now, poplar, I kind of feel a little 50-50 on it. It's a hard wood. It's really not one of the prettiest woods. In fact, it's very plain. And then sometimes if you get some color or some character, it's kind of a green look. It's not really the prettiest. And the grain doesn't have a lot of open end pores. But the problem is it's still a little too soft for knife cuts. You're going to end up cutting it. You're going to end up having issues with it down the road. So the woods that you do want to use, you want to stick to woods like ash, particularly white ash. You also want to use stuff like cherry. Teak is a really good wood to use for cutting boards as well. Maple wood is really good as well as walnut is. Essentially, these boards don't scratch as easy, they don't dent as easy. The pores are closed, so there's no place for bacteria to really find its home in there. And to be honest, any wood is still going to have potential to maybe have some bacteria if you don't clean it very good. You don't want to use soap, you just want to rinse it off with water, let it air dry, never put it in your dishwasher. You will completely tear apart and mess up your cutting board. And then you do want to periodically apply oil to that. But I covered all of that maintenance stuff in another video, which you'll see in a card up in one of the top corners. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If this video was educational to you, once again, I wanted to get straight to the point. Didn't want to go into a big scientific explanation for it, because when it comes down to it, you're watching this video because you want to find out what wood do I need to use for my cutting board. And I just gave you the answer. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to hit subscribe, follow me on this channel, leave a comment below. And if there's some wood that you like to use that works really well, leave that in a comment below so all of us can benefit from all of our knowledge. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you next time right here in the workshop.